polygamous lifestyles. That's become something that is, I don't know if I would call it trendy, but it is something that has gotten more attention lately than it ever has before, as far as I can recall. And there are people who live this lifestyle, and they have relationships with several people. And by all intents and purposes, though there certainly is some drama around it, they seem to be quite happy. So, let's see. Oh, here's the stat. About annually, the porn industry brings in about $14 billion. $14 billion. According to the Adult Video News, an industry trade magazine, Americans spent just over $4 billion to buy and rent adult videos last year. So I'm trying to find, oh my goodness. Alright, let's see. Yeah. Well, yes. So worldwide, pornography is reported to rake in anywhere from $57 billion to $100 billion annually, which is more revenue than CBS, NBC, and ABC combined, and more than all the professional sports, football, baseball, basketball franchises. This is according to U.S. News and World Report. Where Americans spend more money on this than in ballet or theater or opera or anything else combined. So, over the past 25 years, of course, it's grown tremendously. But I think we can safely say, and there's some controversy over it, but I think we can safely say that it's $1 billion industry. And even though there's an awful lot of it available for free, it still continues to make money. So this is something that obviously people are very interested in. And it may have to do with the repression of the perhaps this drive in us that is promiscuous. All right, so let's move on here, because I have some heart healthy tips for you. Since this is Valentine's Day and we're talking about the heart, our wellness tips should also be about the heart. So if you perhaps have a history of heart disease, or you're concerned about heart disease, there are things that you may need to do in terms of diet and managing stress, which we talk about all the time through meditation. But you can also use a supplement called coenzyme Q10, or CoQ10. It's an antioxidant that many cardiologists recommend for those who are taking some of these statin drugs that help lower cholesterol and help the heart. You can get them as supplements. You can also get them through eating wild-caught salmon. That's a good source of it. But the supplementation may be more reliable as far as having a consistent dose, and it can have quite a lot of good benefits to the heart. Now, another interesting idea. There's apparently a belief that's been floated around that if you have a crease in your earlobe, an earlobe crease, that it's a sign of heart disease or suggests a higher risk of heart trouble. There's no consensus medically through research on whether that is a meaningful marker or not. Some studies have found an association between earlobe creases and heart disease, and apparently some have not. So it may have more to do with age, because as we get older, we may be more prone to have earlobe creases and also more prone to have heart disease. So if you happen to have a creased earlobe, don't sweat it. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have a heart problem, but everyone should take as many preventive steps as possible to limit heart disease, by taking these supplements that we talk about all the time and eating more healthily. That's always a good idea. So there's some heart tips for you. Also, Valentine's Day is also associated with chocolate treats quite a bit. And chocolate actually can be quite good for you. Dark chocolate, the good kind. It provides things that are called polyphenols. They are rich in antioxidants. And there's actually fewer unhealthy fats and sugars in this good kind of chocolate, the dark chocolate. And this dark chocolate comes from pure cocoa solids, so that's what you want to go for. And it can do things like help fight free radicals in your cells. Free radicals damage our cells and have been linked to heart disease. And the cacao plant from which dark chocolate comes can help provide compounds like flavonoids that help to fight these. And this helps to prevent heart disease, so it's good for your heart. It's good to know on Valentine's Day that chocolate is good for your heart, and it can raise your good cholesterol level too. And it can also, apparently, decrease the risk of stroke. According to a Swedish study that found that women who ate high amounts of chocolate, about 2 bars per week, had a 20% lower risk of stroke. And a similar study in Britain showed that number to be closer to 30%. But you want to look for the good chocolate or the organic type of dark chocolate, not just any kind. So, all right, now I want to close with a short heart meditation for you. So, as always with our guided meditations, we begin by breathing in, hold for 4, and breathe out for 8. Focus on your breathing, and wherever you happen to be. If you're in a car driving, of course you don't want to do this. Please come back and listen to the podcast again when you are in a space where you can perhaps lie down comfortably or sit comfortably and close your eyes. And as you breathe, unfolding in front of you is a giant heart. The kind of heart that we see on Valentine's Day cards. With the heart shape and the red color. Not an actual biological heart, but the symbolic heart. And as it unfolds, you walk towards it. And you see As it gets bigger and bigger, his heart is the size of a building. It's quite big. And it gets bigger the closer you get. As you get closer, a door opens, and there's an energy that beckons you. You enter into this heart building. Instantly you're surrounded by wonderful smells, like candles and incense and flowers. And you realize you've entered a sacred space. As you look around, you see intricate, colorful patterns surrounding you on the walls, on the floor, and the ceiling. You see colorful paintings, beautiful paintings. Depicting various feelings. Depicting situations that you have been in where you felt connected to someone or deeply connected to your own feelings, your own emotion. Maybe something joyous, or maybe something that made you feel the depth and breadth of our ability and your ability to feel. You see a staircase now, which we begin to climb. And as we reach the top level of this building, we're surrounded by doors. Each door leading to a different room. And we understand that behind each one of these doors is a moment, a special moment in your life. Moments that you cherish. Moments with your children. Moments with friends. Moments with a pet. Moments that make you smile. Moments that connect you with everything that is. Moments that connect you with true love. That true love is the truth of who we are. And as we look behind some of these doors and remember some of these moments, and we think about what they've meant to us, we have the realization that this is what life is all about. That this is